So I was talking with my friend the other day and I told him I could build $1 million Klaviyo campaign in just 60 minutes.
Dude, there's no way that you're gonna be able to hit $1 million campaign. There's no in one campaign, absurd.
So he challenged me to it, but I know I can do it in that time and have it be really, really solid. So to prove him wrong, in this video, I'll be building $1 million Klaviyo email campaign completely live. So I can show you literally every decision that I make along the way. We've sent emails that have made over $100,000 in sales. But here's what I actually think about it. If this email does exactly $100,000 in sales, we will need only 10 of them. If it does $50,000 in sales, we will need 20. And if it only does $10,000, we will need 100 of them. So an email $1 million is not just a magic email, but the system to consistently create them. A repeatable process. And that's exactly what we're doing now live. So let's get started. So we've made over $50 million in sales for clients across different industries, but let's use AG1, a supplement brand, for this one example. I know they have the potential for a one-off $1 million email campaign. First, we're going to understand our audience and know exactly who we are selling to. Then we're creating a brand voice. Third, we'll define an offer. So an email is just as good as what we choose to promote in that email. Step 4 is deciding the awareness stage we're targeting. Step 5 is the emotional sentiment we appeal to. Step 6 is injecting conviction into the email. Step 7 is wrapping this whole email with an entertaining big idea or an entertainment angle. And pay attention to this step because it's one of the most important ones. Step 8, we're going to write the email. And step 9, we're going to review it together, see if it checks all of these boxes. So before I write a single word, I want to get inside these customers' heads. Some people just skip this and they just start talking about the product. But the way I see it, that is just backwards. So I'm going to use AI to shortcut this because I only have 60 minutes. Using a prompt that I created, feeding it a bunch of reviews, good ones, bad ones, everything. So I'm creating this document right here with a lot of reviews. Ideally, we would just export them. So over 100 reviews in just one batch. That would be ideal. We don't have access to the backend, so we cannot do that. So what I'm going to do, I open this Google Doc and pasting some reviews inside. Then I'm feeding that back to Cloud. You can see they have plenty of 1-star and 2-star reviews. That's actually okay. So, okay, I have 26 pages of reviews. Going back to Cloud, pasting this. You can download this prompt in a moment. And so I'm just going to run it. Okay, so while we wait, one thing that I'm not going to do with the results that we get is to fight back. AI is really good at giving you answers. They don't have to be the best answers. It just gives you answers that it thinks is going to make you happy. So what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to go through the entire result here, the entire avatar document it creates for me, because that would take me so much time. Instead, I'm just going to assume this is right, even if it isn't. So if AG1 was an actual client of us, we will challenge all of this against the onboarding data we receive, and then jump on a call with them to actually see if any of this is true. So key findings, the optimized achiever. Your core customer is a 28 to 54-year-old professional, 50-50 male split. That's important. We'll get to that in just a second. I will say this is very factual. They're not buying a green powder. They're buying peace of mind and identity reinforcement. This is important. We'll get to this in just a second as well. Critical emotional drivers. The fear of declining health while watching parents struggle with preventable conditions. Good about knowing vegetables rot in the fridge while they order DoorDash. That's a potential angle right there. Decision fatigue from conflicting health advice and supplement complexity. Yes, this is huge. Their number one problem: I need to optimize my foundational nutrition without adding complexity to my already overwhelming life. Top objections: in order, price too expensive with no real benefit. Yes. AG1 is priced like 30 to 40% higher than other green powders, even 100% higher, like double the average green powder. Efficacy: skepticism. How do I know this isn't just expensive urine? Exactly. Texture: greedy, doesn't dissolve, tastes like medicine. Voice of customer patterns: success language, game changer, morning ritual, cover my bases. This is right, I wouldn't use this. Pain language: I struggle to get enough greens. Yes, I know I should, but also a good one. Value language: worth prioritizing financially versus outrageously expensive. Okay, so this is just a summary. This is the complete result, and in this case is the compounding realization that their current trajectory is unsustainable. They've been running on caffeine and willpower for years, and the cracks are showing. More sick days, less mental sharpness, visible aging. They need a solution now before the next doctor's visit brings bad news. Okay, so we are appealing to this in our email with other words, of course. But again, we don't have much time, so let's get moving to the next step, a brand voice. So what I'm going to do now is figure out an inbox host voice. Think of it like a radio host, but for email marketing. And this is the person who the emails are coming from. So I want to find something that is congruent with AG1's branding, positioning, and the avatar we are selling to. So while we do that, we have our audience. Our avatar is Alex, the optimized overachiever. And we have a potential alternative right here, head of member experience. Name something relatable and approachable, AG Matt, so literally me. And the title is head of member experience. Member, not customer. Signals: community, belonging, ongoing relationship versus transactional. Experience, not success or marketing. He's focused on your journey, not selling you more stuff. It's a real, believable role, and it enables the right tone. So this voice will be consistent with AG1's positioning, because if it's not, it can throw a subscriber off. And this is something that happens unconsciously in the brain. The brain is not consciously looking for, oh, he said this word, not that word. It's something that the brain just does automatically in the background. But the problem is they will feel it, they will sense it. And when something feels off, they will distrust it. That is what we want to avoid here. So that is why we're spending all of this time creating a brand voice, even though we only have around 30 minutes left. We are creating a voice for Matt. That's gonna be me. And when this is done, we will create the offer. What to sell in this campaign and in most campaigns, so they have the potential to generate as much money as humanly possible. We have our voice guide. We have 5 personality traits: the pragmatic optimist, self-aware imperfectionist, intellectually curious, dry observational humor, direct and respectful of time. Next step, we are creating the offer. Now, the offer is what we choose to promote. 99% of sales come from their main product, which is this one, AG1. And the good thing is that they have a really good offer already. So they have this welcome kit. If you subscribe and save, you also save $20 a month. You get 3 travel packs, your welcome kit, a canister, a scoop, a shaker. So they already figured it out. Let's just use this. Let's not reinvent the wheel. If this was another brand, say another supplement brand, and they didn't have this welcome kit, we will challenge them to create one, because it makes a big difference in email sales. Let's say we are promoting this. So this is our offer. We already have one. We are selling the welcome kit. AG1 next year in pouch, welcome kit. Okay, we have 23 minutes left, and we have to yet write a single word. So getting worried, but next step is defining the awareness stage. So this is critical for an email. If we appeal to the wrong one, it doesn't matter how good the email is, it won't work. Or it will just do 20-30% of the sales it could have generated. So the awareness stages simply tell us how much does a customer know already. Do they know they have a problem, or they are unaware of the problem? If they become aware of the problem, that they have energy crashes at 2 p.m., they are problem aware. And so the next step is finding a solution. If they are familiar with solutions, like to solve that 2 p.m. crash, they can buy energy drinks, they can buy or try a greens powder, they can improve their sleep. So they are already familiar with solutions. But then they double click on one of these solutions, say it's green powders. They make it to a brand like AG1. And so they become product aware. And after they are aware of 3 to 5 brands, they become most aware. They know almost all there is to the product. They are just still waiting on it. And so for a brand like AG1, I will say most of email subscribers are in the product aware or most aware stage. So they made it to the site through an influencer. And so they already kind of know what AG1 does and why it's better. But they are still not there yet. So emails are going to appeal to that. So having said that, we are targeting the product to most aware stage. Next is finding an emotional sentiment to appeal to. Okay, so we already have this chat that's primed with our brand voice or customer avatar. So I'm running this prompt to find the core emotional sentiments we can appeal to. Then I'm choosing one, and we are running with that to create this email. And the email doesn't necessarily have to be all about this emotion or this sentiment, but it has to have some hints of it at least. Okay, with 16 minutes left, we have some emotional sentiments we can appeal to. We cannot read all of them, so I asked it to rank them with some scores. And for example, we have literally the one that's called the 2 p.m. collapse. You're not tired because you're weak. You're tired because you've been running on fumes and calling it normal. So the wall that hits somewhere between lunch and 3 p.m., the brain fog that rolls in right when you need to be sharpest. You try to fix it, more coffee, less coffee, better sleep, earlier bedtime, standing desk, walking meeting. Number 9 seems to be the best, the one who's fine. They're not fine. You've gotten so good at pushing through that you've forgotten what normal feels like. If someone asks how are you doing, you say fine, because you are fine. You're functioning, you're productive, you're not sick, you're just not great. The bar for okay has dropped so low that surviving feels like success. You've adapted. The brain fog isn't a problem, it's just how afternoons are now. The gut issues aren't concerning, they're just your normal. The fatigue isn't exhaustion, it's just being busy. You've recalibrated your entire baseline to accommodate feeling worse. Ooh, this is hitting. One thing I asked it to do is to name a villain, so we can attack the villain instead of them and their identity, which wouldn't resonate. It will raise their guards up, so we never want to do that. So here's what hostile culture did to you. It made not broken the standard. If you can still perform, you're fine. If the wheels haven't fallen off, you don't get to complain. You've been trained to ignore every signal your body sends until it becomes a crisis. So far, you've forgotten what good actually feels like, the energy you had at 26, the clarity you used to take for granted. The mornings you woke up without already feeling behind, the person feels like a different lifetime. And you're not sure if it's age or something fixable. You've stopped expecting to feel good, you just expect to function. What if fine isn't the ceiling? What if you've been so busy surviving that you've stopped considering thriving? You deserve more than just getting through the day. You deserve to feel like yourself again. This is going to be the emotional sentiment we appeal to. Next is step 6, and that is conviction building. Now, conviction building is one of the philosophies that has helped our clients make a lot of money. So it says that to get the sale, we must cross the conviction threshold. So how do we create conviction? Conviction is the sum of trust and desire. You can have a lot of trust for a brand, for someone. You might trust a friend, but if they recommend you a product that you don't want, that you don't have the desire for, you're not going to buy it. So we need both trust and desire, or the opposite. So what we are doing now is deciding which of these methods to use. So let's do that now. Recommended trust and desire combination. Primary trust builders, the foundation, showing you understand the problem, talking about common experiences, telling emotional stories about yourself, myth busting, and admitting shortcomings. The reason why I insist so much on this, and this might be one of the most important takeaways for the entire video, is that the job of an email is to get them consuming the email. We want to change their behavior. We want to create conviction. We have to persuade them. And that can't happen if after the first line, they leave. And this is especially true for text-based emails like the one we are creating. So if the first line is boring, then nothing else matters. And David Ogilvy, famous OG Golden Era advertiser, said it best. You cannot bore someone into buying your product. So what I'm looking for here in just a second is something that makes them think, I wonder where this is going. So I'm going to run this one prompt now because we only have 6 minutes left. So before we write the email, which entertainment angle will resonate the most for this email? Give me 3 alternatives. So we have option 1, off the wall analogy plus intimate details. Option 2, thumb your nose at the establishment plus the goof off. This comes from the prompt that I used. And interesting fact plus storytelling. And it appears that this is the best option. Off the wall analogy plus intimate details. The angle, open with a weirdly specific mundane observation that makes the reader think, wait, why is this so relatable? Then pivot into Matt's vulnerable confession about his own fine era. Example, you know the thing where you're filling out a medical form and it asks you to rate your energy on a scale of 1 to 10 and you hover over 6 because 7 feels like lying but 5 feels like admitting something's wrong. So you pick 6 and move on. I did that for 3 years. I used my copywriting prompt and it's writing the email with just 1 minute left. Here's the full email. Subject, the number you circle on medical forms. Preview, you know the one, somewhere between lying and admitting something's wrong. You know the thing where you're filling out a medical form and it asks you to rate your energy on a scale of 1 to 10. And you hover over 6. Whew. So, this feels long. I will still do some styling changes here. So, I'm not going to do them all live. So, we want the first few lines to be like more fast-paced. We definitely wouldn't use this. And then every so often, too much fast-paced lines can feel a little choppy, a little breathless. So we need a long sentence to breathe and rest our brain on. So that is the purpose of this. Anyway, this is a good email. If I was stage 1, I would definitely consider sending this one. But another benefit of long copy, long emails, long for emails like this, is that long copy builds bridges. Short copy asks for leaps. So again, if we need them to cross the conviction threshold, we need to stack enough trust and desire. And long form emails do exactly that. So that is the email, and we built it with exactly 1 minute left in the timer. And now the question is, could this email generate $1 million? So with the right list and the right timing, this could perfectly generate $1 million for everyone. This is the exact process we use to come up with emails that, according to Klaviyo themselves, generate 10 times more revenue than our clients' competitors. Now, if you want to follow this process and use the exact prompts that I used, they are live inside labbooks.com. In Lab Playbooks, I give away all of the processes, SOPs, frameworks that we use. They are super actionable, that help us increase our clients' email revenue higher than what most email marketing agencies can. And it's super easy to follow along yourself or someone inside of your team can. Now, if you want to understand the deeper principles behind why this process that I follow in this video works, the psychology, the frameworks, the things that took me years to figure out, click here to watch this video next on 32 super actionable Klaviyo email marketing strategies and tactics you're going to implement today. See you there.